living a dream. Life playing out like a film, a movie that I never seen. Yeah, from different places to different locations, we changing the scene. So many stories to tell, it would not fit on the screen. What do you mean? There's hope in your story, there's hope in your passion. They don't get the picture, so we tell it like caption. Look at what happened up in your life when you take roll. God is present, you have now tuned in the official podcast, so tell it, ayy.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome to Tell It. Come on in. Got my boy Kelvin Thomas on here. You know, we got the front runners in the building. How you doing, man?
Doing good, doing good. Just, glad to be close to the end of the week. Feeling good.
Yeah. Definitely. Now, look, check this out, y'all. Before we go on any further, I need y'all to share. Heart it up. Because I know he got some information for y'all. I have a lot of entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, people who want to do things with their life, people who have ideas, talents. And so I'm pretty sure he got something for y'all to hear. So go ahead and share. Don't be stingy. Those who are on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe and like. Go ahead and hit the bell for the notifications so you can know when Tell It has more things to come up. And also, before you do anything else, I need y'all to follow us on Instagram. Go ahead and follow our boy Lee _Kale. Also, Front Runners. You can follow him there. You can also follow me at Herbert _Tell It. So go ahead and check us out. Make sure that you get this word out because, man, listen, you don't want to miss it. And also, we have free prizes that's going to go out. But you got to be on. To see how you can win. So stay tuned, watch us. I always tell people, listen, instead of having it on your phone, you need to go ahead. There's a little corner in your screen. There's a little TV symbol. Project it on your smart TV. I'm pretty sure nobody got them big booty TVs anymore. Them old school 98, 2000 TVs. Go ahead and stream this on your TV because we got some good stuff going on. What up, Alicia? How you doing? We got Lisa in the building. Who's that? Who's Lisa? Oh, you don't know, Kel? You don't know who that is?
I don't know.
I don't know, but what up, Lisa? Thank you for tuning in to Tell It. Thanks for going out. Thank you. So, listen, man, it's Thursday. It's the end of the week. And you know what, man? I think it's always a good time. I get excited about Thursdays. Well, every other Thursday as it seems, anytime the show comes on, because I can't wait to hear what you got. Now, I just met Kelvin, right? But as soon as I met him, this dude was a good brother. As you can see, he got the A5 in the back, so you know what it is. Definitely part of the frat, man, and definitely one of the dudes who showed me love when I just moved out here to North Carolina, and I saw what he was doing, so I had to support. And then he showed the favor right back. And so that's why he's on the show. And he kept his word, even in the midst of shipping things off and trying to get things together. But, this man is everywhere. So how you feeling, man? How's it going?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. Like I said, I'm happy to be on the show. And I've seen you've been doing great things, man. So I'm honored to even be a part of it.
Man, appreciate it, man. Thank you for being on. And listen, y'all, if you start to see his stuff, I mean, he got some stuff, man. I'm gonna put the website in a little bit, but you'll see it. Now, listen, y'all, before we get started, we always want our guests to kind of shout out something that they're doing or something that they're contributing to, that they can just give a 1-minute spiel about, what they're giving to and what they support. So, Kev, the floor is all yours, man.
I'll say something I'm doing on the page right now through Front Runners is I'm highlighting some of the supporters, some of the people, customers that have bought merchandise from me. I wanted to see what they're doing, whether they have their own business or some goals that they're trying to achieve. And it's my way of kind of paying back to them and supporting them. I mean, Front Runners wouldn't be nothing without the supporters. So I like the fact that I'm able to promote their businesses and their different endeavors on stage. To kind of build that connection of people getting to know each other and know some of the great things that people are out here doing. So that's something I've been working on now since the start of Black History Month, and I'm going to keep it going because so many people are reaching out like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And it's kind of cool from a brand perspective to see like the supporters that you have, how great of things they're accomplishing in their own worlds and their own lives, and kind of building those relationships. So I would say that's something I'm very happy and excited about to keep going on the business page.
Dope, man. That's dope. That's good, man. So shout out to everybody, because listen, entrepreneurs, we're nothing without the people, right? So we find a problem, we try to solve it, and again, if people don't support, then we don't have anything. So shout out to everybody who's supporting. All right, here we go. Now I want people to get a chance to know you, man. See how you think, and see what you like, see what you're into, man. Now, do you have now? Let me see. Are you currently with somebody right now, man?
I'm single, man, but I'm
single.
happy and single. I'm good.
I'm just saying, man, because they might hear you like, oh, okay, all right. Well, let's see.
People hear single, they be like, oh, something wrong with them. Like, nah, man, I'm just focused on what I got going on right now. So.
Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so we're going to get into this rapid fire questions. All right. Now, this is the time where people get a chance to know. That's why I asked you. This is the time where people get a chance to know you, to see what you like, see what you don't like, man, just to have some fun. So I'm going to shoot out some questions, and I want you to try your best to see if you can answer it, all right?
Okay.
You ready? Let's go. All right, rapid fire questions. Here we go. Starting off with this. Let's start with R&B. Would you rather? Let me think. Who would you listen to? Okay, let's go old school. It's not really old school. Would you rather listen to Kim or Babyface?
Babyface.
All right, that's easy. That's it. I'm starting you off light. All right, favorite dessert?
Chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies. All right. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Favorite movie? Do you have a favorite movie?
Friday Night Lights.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I thought you were about to say Friday. I was like, yeah, that's a classic, man. But yeah, Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights.
All right. If you watch any sports, what's on the TV right now? If football and basketball was on, which one you picking?
Duke basketball.
Well, yes. That's Duke basketball.
That's all I got to say.
That's one thing about North Carolina. Did anybody watch the NBA? Do y'all? It's just like all college.
I watched the Duke players in the NBA, but yeah, other than that, nah. I watch them around playoffs. Around playoffs, I'm all in, but nah. It's 82
all right.
games.
Yeah, it's a long season. It definitely is a long season. All right, here we go. Would you rather? Here we go. Salt or sugar in your grits, man? Come on.
I'm gonna go with salt because I never had sugar in my grits, so I can't. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. So I can
see. There you go. You never tried it. Yeah,
see, I can't even but if I'm gonna go with it, I'm gonna go with salt.
Okay, that's because you don't know any better. But that's all right. It's okay. Okay. All right. Let me see. Or which season are you? Are you a summer dude or are you a winter guy? Does it even matter out here?
I'm gonna say I would say yeah. North Carolina, you can't really tell because it could be summer.
I know, right?
Winter, but I'll say I like fall and spring. Like I don't want it too hot, but I don't want it too cold.
Yeah,
so like in the middle.
All right, definitely. On your bucket list, where are we going? What do you have on your bucket list?
Egypt.
Egypt. Nice. Okay, there you go. All right, and the last one, last but not least. All right, your classic movie. I wonder if you've seen these. Okay. All right. Would it be number one, Sandlot, or Little Giants? I wonder if you've seen them.
I'm gonna go with Sandlot.
Yep, there it is. Okay, all right. So Little Giants. A lot of people don't remember Little Giants. I don't know why, but that was a classic too.
But Sandlot was just a different. That was a. You can watch that over and over and over again.
Definitely, man. You didn't stumble at not one. I think I'm gonna get you to stumble right here. Do you want Family Matters or Fresh Prince?
Fresh Prince.
So you didn't stumble at all. Usually I try to gotta get people, man, but this guy's he knows what he wants. Well, that's all I got, man. That's rapid fire questions. He's the first one to not stumble. He knew exactly what he wanted, but maybe when he tired them sugar them grits, then he'll figure out what he's doing.
I'm gonna
All
try.
right.
I'm gonna try it out one day, man. I don't. It seems weird, but I'll give it a try.
It's not weird. Listen, you can't have it with sausage and so you can't have it with shrimp and grits. That don't work. Okay. It just has to be grits. My wife over here. It has to be grits and well, obviously grits. It has to be butter and sugar. That's it. All right. If you're mixing anything else in there, shrimp and grits, don't do it. That remains flavorful. But on its own, or you can try sugar, butter, cheese, and eggs and mix it together. Man, you got something right there, man. You got something. So there it is, y'all. All right, man. So listen, this is again, y'all. I need y'all before we get into it. I need you to heart it up. I need you to share. I need you to subscribe. Thank you, Auntie, for subscribing. You got Auntie Tanya Hollywood. She
I'll do that.
subscribed to the. She subscribed. Thank you so much. But continue to subscribe and support y'all because listen, we got a bunch of people that come through that have a lot of wisdom and now a lot of knowledge to share on here. That's what I'm talking about, Alicia. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, but a lot of wisdom to share, and I don't want anybody to miss this. All right, so if you family, friends, even if you're an enemy, right? Even if you're trying to spread it, just like listen to him talk. Even if you're trying to make fun of him, just share it,
Yeah.
okay? Because somebody about to be blessed. All right, y'all. So this man, he is the owner, the proud owner of Front Runners. All right, and has amazing quality. Been doing this thing. He's been all over. I mean, he's widely accepted, and he has some good stuff. He has some good stuff. Like you see here. Here's the brand. You got to represent the A5, but I'll let you know this is a good quality sweater. You know, I love it. I try to not wear it a lot, man, because you know when you get something you like, you try to just wear it out.
I gotta get you some
So
good stuff, man. Don't worry
I
about
gotta
that.
give me some stuff. I
I
saw
care.
that new stuff too. What'd you say?
I say you got a care package coming, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah. Oh man, appreciate it. So listen, y'all. I want y'all to just to give it up. I want y'all to heart it up again, share, and let this man know that he is welcome. Y'all give it up for Kelvin Thomas. And listen, man, this is how I always start off my questions. How did you even get started? Has this entrepreneurial mindset always been who you were, or is this just something that came up?
I would say it came up. Initially, for me, it was always the basis, the thought process: go to college, work hard in college, get a good job at a big time corporation, and just work your
Yeah.
way up that way. I would say the older I got, I realized that is not the way you have to always do it anymore. Like that might have been the case back in the day, but now we have a lot of opportunities, a lot of different things we can do. So for me, it was like I was working, building up other people's brands, whether I was doing it at work, working with friends who had brands. Like I was always involved in some way of business development with other people's brands. And, having the opportunity to work at the last company, the one that actually got me to move out here to Raleigh, I kind of got to a point where you realize that what you was putting in, you weren't really getting in return. And it kind of left me with that empty place. Like, like when you go home at the end of the day, you don't feel fulfilled, like you're, really living in your purpose. So from there, I left the job, took a leap of faith, and used all my resources, all the knowledge I had built over the years, and jumped out there and started Front Runners. Like I said, it was a great support system. Having those people you can talk to and bounce ideas and say, "Hey, man, I think I want to start a brand." And you have those folks be like, "I don't know if you should do that. Go get that job." But I'm blessed to have a village around me of people, whether they're entrepreneurs, corporate America, in any aspects of life, that pushed me to get the best out of me. So I had so much motivation and so much determination from that standpoint to kind of like live in my purpose. Like if you're gonna bet on anybody, why not bet on yourself? So that was kind of the sense of it. The way it started initially was when I crossed, I was looking for Greek apparel. All the events, the conferences, you're looking for great apparel to wear to all the different things you're doing. And for me, I would say I felt like everything was starting to look the same. Like I could easily go out and get a black shirt with the letters on it. It was always, you saw the same basic things. And I look at myself as not really a fashion forward person, but when I want to put on some clothes or something, I know how to, dress it up nice. So I was like, well, let me use some of my creative ideas to stay true to the tradition from a Greek apparel standpoint. And that's when I started to, put a few fillers out there and got a lot of great traction. And then it was the opportunities of tying into different things that are important to me. Like I like fitness, that's a big part of me. So being able to do a fitness challenge to motivate others, to really get into looking at their goals and pushing themselves in that regard. So then I started getting a whole bunch of pushback, like, hey man, I ain't in a fraternity sorority, like drop something else. So when I was shouts out to Taji. She's a great artist. She actually designed my front runners actual logo here. So I was able to also use that in an apparel sense to open it up to just not people in fraternities and sororities, but everybody, from kids. Like, I want this to be a movement, something that when you wear it, you're proud of. Like, you're the front runner. You're breaking generational curses. You're going past the obstacles in life to keep pushing yourself to go forward and stay in front of the pack. So it's definitely been a blessing, I will say. It's what led to me starting this.
Dope, man. That's dope. Now, where are you from?
So originally, born in Virginia, raised in the 252 area. So I got a little mix of everything. I guess you can say the best of both worlds between VA and NC.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So this came about. So let me be clear. So you started this after you crossed, or you had something going and then you crossed and you started?
I started afterwards. Like I'd already like having those conversations with my line brothers and my friends, and just like, man, like I know if I really did a brand, I think I would do it this way. I was always having those thoughts, and then the opportunity went from, okay, stop talking about it. Are you gonna do it or not? And I had the opportunity to design a few shirts for the frat, and kind of took it to the point and kept it going. So it's opened up a lot of doors of other opportunities. I have projects outside of Front Runners where people are asking me to help them create things and design their shirts. So it's definitely opened up a lot of doors for me, I will say.
Man, that's amazing, man. So, and when did you cross, man? What year?
Spring 20. Yeah, so right before things took a turn and changed. For
yeah.
Right before that.
Right, man. So it's 2 years, and you doing all this, man, within 2 years. So my question is, and I think you touched on it just a little bit. But the name Front Runners, you were saying breaking generational curses and just starting something new, or being the front runner. How do you identify with that?
From being the first male to graduate college on both sides of my family, from pushing myself, from going from a guy who, to keep it transparent, I had a 1.2 GPA at one point when I first got to NC, not taking things serious, to go from that to turning my life around and getting back to school and getting focused, to graduating with a 3.2 and having involvements on campus, to applying for those jobs you're not confident in and you don't know if you're going to be the right fit, and working your tail off to kind of show yourself and put yourself in that position to keep climbing that ladder. Like, so for me, anything front runner related, and I'm embodied in that. That's who I am.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, you sure you don't know who Lisa is? Because Lisa is showing major love right now.
Come on, man.
There you go.
There
you go. I'm about to say, like, this is family, man.
I'm not to shout her out. She was like, she was gonna do her thing and not to say nothing, but that's my mom, man.
I knew it.
So, yeah.
I was like, this got to be because she shout out Auntie. I'm trying to figure out, like, Lisa. Okay, Lisa. Hey, Mom. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Now we know. There you go, y'all. There you go. Shout out to Mom. Mom support for sure. How much Front Runners apparel does she have?
So she get the one-on-one items. Like, she get the things that I ain't allowed to put on the site. So she got a few pieces. Like, I gotta keep her in something new whenever I drop something, or I'm looked at as a bad son. So she got a good amount. She's definitely one of the top supporters.
I bet, man. I bet, definitely. So yeah, man, I think what you were just talking about, coming from a 1.2 GPA, kicking it all the way up to a 3, just being the first one to graduate on both sides of your family from college. I mean, and I think it's something special when you can represent who you are through your clothing, and not only is it a name, but it's something that you also had lived through. So let's touch more on just the perseverance. My wife said, perseverance pays off. Hey, honey. But here, let's get another thing. So when you got started, what was like some of the challenges with starting this apparel brand?
Man, with so many, having those finances in order. Like I said, I was blessed to have a position beforehand that put me in a financial place where I was good to go in that regard and kind of investing in things to get the business running. So I would say, the finances were a challenge. The know-how, a lot of things, especially from the basis of being a licensed vendor for the fraternity, like learning all the rules and guidelines of what you can and can't do and how you're supposed to move when it comes to what you post on social media, all those things. And to be honest with you, just not having an idea, but having that follow through, that motivation where it's like, oh, this is all on you now. Like, how are you going to wake up every day and make sure you give 110% to something that you said you're ready to do? So finding that motivation was a big part of that. And a good part is, I'll say another part of it was understanding that you got to stay true to what you're doing. In regards to, say, for instance, if you can have a post that get 1 million likes and get one order, and you can have a post to get 0 likes and your order's coming in. So just staying true to who you are and not getting caught up into the hype of things. I know it's so easy to look at other people and what they got going on. So you're like, oh man, I'm supposed to be at that level, but it's like, man, it's beauty in the struggle. So each day is a lesson. It's things I know from last October that I didn't know. Like I'm learning every day. So it's like a lot of those obstacles, being okay with reaching out. Like I have a lot of resources, a goods of people that are entrepreneurs, that are financial advisors, all that really keep me honest and don't mind me just digging, piggybacking off something like, hey man, I hate to, to bother you, but what do you think of this? Or I have this idea here. What did you do here? Can you kind of help me and get that basis of it? So it's like as many of the different obstacles you're going to go through is not going to be easy. But I say if it's something that you're truly, inspired and determined to do, it'll work itself out.
Definitely, man. I mean, I feel like what you just highlighted, so many people are concerned about reaching out to other people, not being bothered, worried about like not being, not bothering others and feeling like that they don't have the place to ask. But there's so many people out there that's ready to share some knowledge if you just,
they want to share that
reach
knowledge.
out.
They want to share knowledge. They want to build those connections. Like I said, like, man, some of my friends I enjoy just as much as they support me. I'm able to support them. Anything they got going on. Like I feel like sometimes we, especially in the Black community, when we're starting all these different businesses and stuff, we look at ourselves in competition when in reality, that's resources, man. It's people who've done things before you. It's things that, would help with a lot of those mistakes. I'll say the thing that made the transition so easy for front runners is the fact that I was able to tap into other entrepreneurs and get some of that feedback to kind of prevent some of those problems from happening that most, business owners go through.
Exactly, man. Because if you found something that's working, if somebody found something that's working, why should you have to go and reinvent the wheel, man? Just take what they've done. It's proven, it works, and just go ahead and use it, man. You can watch the success in your own business, man. So I think that's pretty dope, man. So within the struggles, within learning, what are some of the things that you saw that I guess what clicked that say, you know what? I'm gonna keep doing like this is what I really want to do. Like when was that moment that it just clicked for you? Like this is it. I'm going all in.
To be honest, man, it was some of the feedback I received. Like every time you put out something new, you're like, man, that's not gonna be it. It was that basic. Like I have, you have those friends that are gonna keep it real with you. Like so if they don't like it, they're gonna tell you they don't like it. But I'll say that was a big part of it, getting that feedback from them. But it was like strangers. Like I was getting people messaging me like, man, your brand is dope. I love what you're doing. And these are like from the, the senior brothers on down to the younger ones. So the fact that I was able to fill that gap, that's kind of what was one of those things like, hey man, those tough days are going to be tough. But think about it. Why are you doing this? Keep pushing, keep bringing the best foot forward every day. So that's kind of what has lit that fire. Each day is different. Like you're learning every day.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. And so, I think, that validation is, I mean, especially from strangers, because they have no reason to lie to you. As a matter of fact, if it was pretty bad, they probably wouldn't say anything, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that some strangers reached out to you, man, that's pretty dope. And so who right now, who do you look to as far as entrepreneurs? Is there anyone that you're kind of looking at that you kind of follow in the path of, somebody that's that inspires you?
I'll be honest, I'm not gonna say I'm following in the path because I think I take different things from different entrepreneurs. Like
Okay.
I have a group of friends. Like I have one of my closest friends, Frank. He has his own business where he does like the wood cutting. And to see that man's grind, like that grind, I want his grind. And I have my homeboy Tobias, he has Urban Argyle and the HBCU grad club, and then to see that longevity of that loyalty that he has to that brand, like I want that for my brand. So it's like I pick different pieces from all of the people around my village. That kind of, it's almost like the Infinity Stone type vibe. Like I got everything and ball it up into into something in that sense. But I would say, man, it's nobody in particular. I love seeing us win. So any brand from the start to the ones that are the multi-million, all that. Like I love to see us continue to push our own thoughts, our own creatives, our own journey. So I find motivation from anything. A lot of the stuff I buy now, it could be from a random sponsor ad on Instagram, like just supporting another brand, just to to kind of share that love that I get in return from a whole bunch of people that I don't know as well.
Right, man. That's what's up. Definitely. I think the support of one another and supporting other brands, I think it's very important, because it's so easy for us to go run to the big names and people who've been doing things and are billionaires already because we want to look flashy to somebody else.
Yeah.
But man, it's something different to when you support somebody that I can actually see them. I shook hands with them and I'm supporting what they're doing, and we can have a dialogue and just share thoughts back and forth.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So what's going on with front runners, man? Like what's coming up? What's coming down the pipe? Is it a secret still, or what's happening?
We're definitely going to be releasing some new items. I'm actually working on a fitness collection right now. Like I said, that fitness is something, health, taking care of your body and all that's something big to me. So I'm working on some fitness collection that's going to be soon. Looking into actually sponsoring a few events coming up in the summer. Building some ways to get, to build more scholarships to give out to the youth. Because like I said, front runners for me is the foundation of it. Like the apparel is the foundation. I love, looking nice and, having something that tangible that you can give out to people to push that brand. But a part of front runners for me is I want to sponsor events. I want to give out multiple scholarships. I want to adopt families during the holidays. Like I want to make it more than just an apparel brand, but an apparel brand with a purpose that's bigger, that can reach a whole lot of people in a lot of different ways and change a lot of lives. So that's the sense of what I've been working on behind the scenes. A few events I'm going to be at. A lot of conferences coming up from Alpha alone that I'm going to be vending at. So getting prepared for that aspect, because even that's new. Like when I started Front Runners, it was actually in 2020. So it was virtual for the most part. So getting back out there in front of people and, showing the brand out that way and displaying it in that way, it's something that I'm looking forward to. It's definitely coming. But like I said, a lot of new items. I'm going to continue to drop in, working with some new vendors that I'm partnering. Might be actually during the Christmas times, I'm looking at a actual like front runners box that's going to have a lot of items from different Black businesses as well. So got a few things in the works for sure.
Man, that's what's up. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe, man. That sounds like some good stuff right there. So listen, here's a question, and before I get into this question, what up, Kev? What up? What up? What up? What up, Curve? All right, Curvin on here. Thank you so much for joining. Let's have a question. So, and I need y'all to share, right? Before I ask this question, I need y'all to share. I need y'all to heart it up, because this next question that I'm about to ask. What's going on, James? Thank you for joining. This next question that I'm about to ask, I feel like every entrepreneur need to hear this, because I think everyone that's trying to start their own has ran into this wall. So go ahead and share, because I want him to talk about this, and I think it's going to be very important that there are other entrepreneurs that hear this. So here's my question. So with all the stuff that you got going, with being a vendor, with the ideas and the vision that you have for front runners, was there a time that you say, you know what, I don't know why I'm doing this, like, man, maybe I should quit or push it off to the side for a little bit, and what did you do to overcome those type of thoughts?
Wow, that was a good question, man. So that's something I felt a few times since being an entrepreneur, actually. Just waking up like at the basis of stuff being out of stock. Everybody's having stock issues now, from the basis of companies like Amazon putting pressure on these Black businesses because somebody ordered something on Friday, they need it by Saturday. So being able to put yourself in the position to have that kind of turnaround or even get close to it. Setting realistic expectations from the basis of, like I said, finances. When you see that you're putting so much into something, and right now you might feel like, oh man, I'm not getting it back out. Like I'm not getting that back. I don't see that happening for the brand. So those challenges are something that you deal with consistently. I will say, the way to overcome it is, one, pray. Like I pray about everything. But I would say, remember the times beforehand. Remember when it was just a thought, and look at it from that aspect. Don't look just focus on that parts, but look at the overall longevity of what you were able to create. Because I mean, it's a good thing to say you created a brand. Like people are wearing my brand. That's something that I created. That I put the thought, the determination out there to do. But don't feel like it's gonna, like every day is gonna be a struggle. Every day, like no matter, you can write out the longest to-do list of, oh, I'm gonna get this done, and any and everything can throw that off. Like I remember last year, I had a whole bunch of orders and my machine went down. So of course, I had to have things in order to go buy another machine, like right then and there, or I waited to the machine. Sometimes, some of the times when you order machines and stuff, like the heat press and all that, it can be like a 2 to 3 week turnaround. If you got orders sitting there, you do that. So I even remember to the point of like being flexible. That same flexibility I use in corporate America to move and shift around and adjust to them because they're paying me. Take that same energy when it's a thing that you're doing, that's your baby. So I remember actually getting on the road with a box full of shirts and driving an hour and a half away to my homeboy house that had a heat press. Like, hey man, do you mind if I use your heat press? I need to get my orders knocked out today. So it's like, just expect the unexpected, and even realize still more things gonna come after that, and keep yourself motivated to know that. I write down, like I have a notebook that said, this is why I want to start Front Runners. This is what I want to accomplish. So go back to that. Go back to that aspect of it in the beginning. What lit that fire for you to start? Because you're gonna have to keep throwing some kind of gasoline or something to keep that fire burning sometimes.
Yeah, man, that is good right there. So one of the things that I really like what you said is pray, and it's not just because I'm a Christian and I want to hear that, but I feel like people forget where ideas come from, and you know where this vision come from to start something that come from a thought and to make it a reality. Because I feel like, you know, when we talk about made in the image of God, it's like that's it. You know, saying mind, will, emotions, you have creativity, and that just doesn't come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? To see something that was nothing and turn into something, that's exactly what he did. He turned nothing into something. And where we're sitting now, which came from a thought and expression, now is a reality. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can see it on other people. I mean, and that's an amazing feeling. And just to go back again, why did you start? What's that fire that got you motivated, got you started? And what a lot of people say is go back to your why. Like, why did you start this? Why are you doing this? And I think that carries you along the way as you go on those times you feel like you really want to quit. Because y'all, whether you know it or not, entrepreneurs want to quit all the time. And like it's always going to be something that's like, you know what, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe I heard wrong, or man, nobody's really looking at it. Maybe I fell off, or maybe it's not time. Because I remember even doing this because I started, tell it in 2020. Yeah, in 2020, everything on social media was negative. Like from everything about the virus, about what the government is doing, how many deaths, all the conspiracies, like everything was flooded. I mean, everybody know that kind of made you really anxious. I'm like, man, we need something good, to see. And so that's why I started telling, man, to just flood social media with something great, something positive, man, to spread some hope. And then anytime I think about like, man, am I really doing this? What am I doing this for? Like, I always go back. And that's why I always look at my tagline, there's hope in your story. Because anytime I can have somebody on here, man, they can definitely share something they've been through and they give somebody else hope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty dope, man. I think that's really good. So here's another question. All right. And I ask entrepreneurs this all the time, but how do you defend against comparison? Because again, comparison, and when you're trying to start your own thing, that is rough when you're looking at somebody who look like or who appear that they made it, and then you start to compare yourself. So how do you deal with that?
Realize you are you. In a sense, you really got to think about it like it doesn't matter what these other brands have, these other companies have. They don't have you. Like your brand is you. You bring a different
That's it.
aspect, your own experiences, your own lessons in life, however you feel about things. Like this is your own creative way of looking at it. Like you have your own vision. So for me, that's just I can say I'm blessed, man. From being a kid, I've always been taught from my mom, my grandparents, like never go in a room and compare yourself to nobody else in the room. You don't know what stories, what struggles they had to go through to get to where they're at, and the time and energy you put to comparing yourself, you could be putting that to bettering yourself. So for me, I just focus on myself and my own ideas. Of course, you can get inspiration from a lot of different brands, but I try to keep away from a sense of take the entrepreneurship out of it. You know, in this day and age, from looking at social media, we get so caught up into looking at everybody else's life. Like, man, I'm working every day. I'm going on that trip.
Exactly.
None of
Yeah.
that. Man, stay true to who you are. Stay true to what you know, your passion, and it'll speak for itself in the long run. I'm a firm believer that I feel like if you're truly who you are and you stay true to that, nothing else matters.
That's what's up. Yo, one thing I peep about social media is it's two things, right? Because not all the time people are lying on social media, right? I gotta put that out there. But the number one thing is you don't know how long it took them to get there. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And I feel like social media has it's been going, but it's really now just getting popping like
yeah,
to really like you can make millions off of it or you know what I'm saying? Like that part of social media has really just now, I would say within the last 5 years, has really took off that way. So
yeah,
you don't know what the other 5 years were when they weren't, social media wasn't that relevant when hashtags and all that stuff wasn't there. You don't know what was happening back then. So I feel like when you start to compare yourself, it's like, okay, you want to be there, but you don't know what they did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and then where they are now. I was listening to this leadership podcast, and this lady was saying, like, before social media, she was always doing her thing, right? There was nobody to post it, there was nobody to take a picture of it. Like, she's always done what she done. And now, since social media is here, it's now shedding a light on it, it's now capturing it. But this is something that she's always done. And so I find it funny when people start comparing themselves. And then the other
it is
part
easy,
is that,
man.
oh, go
Easy to
ahead.
do. Now, I was gonna say that's easy to do though. Like it's especially
Yeah.
when you, especially with the basis of the pandemic and everybody having to be in the house so much. You're starting.
Yep.
You got a lot of time on your hand, and like my grandma used to say, she's like a what is it? Like idle mind is the devil's playground. So you're really
Mm-hmm.
thinking about everything, all the negative stuff. But I detach from social media quite a bit. A lot of times I'm being on my business page and not on my personal page, like just to get that, that break from a lot of those, getting caught up into those different things that don't really matter at the end of the day. Like when it's all said and
Yeah.
done, what makes you happy. Don't worry about it. And I did that in the beginning. I will say when I first started Front Runners, I was looking at all the other Greek apparel brands. I was like, man, they got like million
Mm-hmm.
slacking. But then I was like, when you go back, I'm like, this business has been booming for 15, 20 years. Like, why am I worried about that?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even got a year under my belt. So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta change your perception. Like you're gonna get there, but don't put the horse before the cart. You already looking far ahead of what's going on and not realizing it's a process. And you gotta really
Yeah.
take heed in that process. You make yourself even better daily by going through that process, the struggles, the wins, all of that. So don't take that for granted.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I think there's something before you make that big boom. I feel like there's something. I feel like God just kind of just pulls you along just a bit so you can continue to learn because I feel like sometimes people gain success so fast and then they crumble because it was earned so fast, but then they didn't have the either the character or just the knowledge to continue to keep it going. And so sometimes I just think like, man, I'm grateful that I am where I am right now,
Mhm.
and to not overlook what you're doing and to not overlook where you are now because there's a lot of people that wish they were back at that passion stage and where they just did it for the love of it and now they're
Yeah.
trying to keep up but then you just go back to like okay there's a lot of things I need to learn so let me take this process in, what I'm saying? So and I try to fight that all the time looking at different podcasts like man how to make $1 million with your podcast and like
Yeah,
dang
yeah.
okay like that'd be great, man. Then like you look into it, like okay, it's more than just getting some equipment and posting on social media. Like it's a whole process to that, man. And you can't get rid of the grind. The grind is always going to be there, and there's no easy fix
Yeah,
whatsoever.
that's true. That is very true, man.
Yeah. So as far as we're talking about social media, man, has it helped you in any way? Has it been like a random stranger or somebody that just so happened to cross across your website or your social media page and become, just regular customers?
Yeah, man. I will say that's the great thing about it. Only being in business for a year, I have a lot of returning customers. Like that's a good thing. That means I'm doing something right. From the
Yeah.
basis of reviews to tagging the business on their posts. Like I love seeing that they really like it. Like, cause you're gonna run when you first start a business, you're gonna run into that stage where everybody's just gonna support because it's you, like your friends, your family,
Yeah.
everything. But it's
Hmm.
like once that smoke clears, all right, is this a good business? Because like your strangers, the people you reach that you don't know, that really is a true testament of your business and how great the product you're putting out. So I say for me, man, it's been amazing. Like I've met from the basis of the Greek affair, I've met some great people in fraternities and sororities, just off of the sense of just apparel, just conversations on Instagram, like, oh, I love the sweatshirt, or oh, what made you do this? Like I've had the opportunity to speak on a lot of different occasions. I've had other projects that have came from that, like a complete stranger like, hey, my homegirl in Texas wants to get something done, and I told her about how much I loved your brand, and do you mind if I pass her
Hmm.
like that? That in a sense, and I love networking, man. I feel like that's a big part of who I am. I
Hmm.
love meeting people, hearing their stories, understanding what they went through, their trials and tribulations, because I feel like the more we reach out to other folks and really tell our story and hear their story, the more we grow as people. So I definitely say it's been a big
Absolutely,
benefit.
man. Absolutely. And then what areas do you feel like you've grown in? Like what are some areas that you feel like, you didn't have before starting your own company? What can you say in areas where you develop?
I would say dependability. I'm a big person where I
Mm.
was always like, I want to get this done my way. Let me just do it. I don't want to wait on
Yeah.
nobody. And you can do that for a little while, but in the grand scheme of things,
Hmm.
your business comes from the people that you involve, those different connections, those different outlets that you have. So having people help you with designs, because I can't sit there and come up with a design as fast as somebody who's an expert in Photoshop or Illustrator, or having
Yeah.
some I can push ideas and say, hey, I want to do this kind of campaign on social media. You're a social media manager. What do you think from that standpoint? Like, so I say for me, really
Hmm.
being able to know when my cup has reached, like it's full, like let me reach out and get help and get other resources. That's been one of my biggest lessons as a person, because anybody who knows
Yeah.
me knows I'm always like, I figured out, like, and that's just who I am.
Uh,
Like, it's not, a stab at myself, but it's more so, I would say this brand has allowed me to grow from that perspective. It has allowed me to grow within having patience. Like everything is not that one great design that I'm like, oh, they gonna like this, and I drop that. You get one set. So having that patience,
hmm.
that if this is just keep pushing, man, keep being true to who you are. For me, it's made me pick up being more personable, like talking more about the brand. Like it's good to be behind the scenes and be like,
Yeah.
well, I'm behind this, but I don't really want to tell you, talk to you on it. But to be able to tell your story through your brand is a big part of it. So I would say those are all things that I'm learning and growing in each day. And even that time management, like I am a full-time
Yeah.
career employee. So waking up at 5 o'clock, going to the gym, getting out of the gym, going to make sure I check front runner stuff from email perspective or any projects going on, getting on my work calls, knocking those out, getting off work, going to make sure all the orders that need to be taken care of were taken care of. If not, how can I chip in to make sure stuff is getting out in time? Putting it, and then even
Hmm.
like taking time to decompress, to mentally like, all right, it's been a long day of work. What's next? What are the next?
Hmm.
And for me, it's I have a checklist. So making sure I continue to hit that checklist. So it's helped a lot as far as time management for sure. Like staying on top of all the different things. My involvement in Alpha, like helping out
Hmm.
family, like, so many different aspects you can get pulled in. So I would say those are the biggest part of really understanding and being on top of everything as much as I can. It's definitely been a growing experience and something that I would say before this, I might not have been the best at. But when it's yours and the work you put in is what you get out, you're going to get great at a lot of stuff fast. If you want to keep.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But you mentioned something real quick. And I want y'all again to keep sharing because we are about to talk about how we not how we how you could win some free apparel. So y'all need to come on. All right, y'all need to invite some people. You probably won't invite people because you're probably trying to win. But and go ahead and bring somebody in because we about to share how you can win some free front runner gear. All right, so stay on for that. But there's one thing you just mentioned. All right, and the one thing you mentioned was decompress and all the things that you have going on with Alpha, with your work, with front runners, with family, and I know somewhere in between you got to kick it with some friends. You know, every now and then because you got relationships there. But my question is this: how do you decompress? Like with all that, like what does Kelvin do to just kind of take it back some and just gather your thoughts again?
Uh, so going for a run. I get the most
Ah,
thinking out, the most planning when I'm either in the gym or I'm running. So going for a run. I'm into, I got a record player for Christmas, so I'm into collecting records now. So throwing on some,
oh,
some
nice.
nice vibes, get some nice music going. Sometimes, pour you a glass of wine if that's your thing. I don't drink,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
Oh well.
reading, hanging out. Like honestly, a good decompress for me is hanging around friends, just just hanging out.
mm.
Not thinking about work, not thinking of taking a break from front runners. So I would say those are some of the things I do. I like to cook, so every once in a while I'll look up
Okay, there you go.
and try to come up with some stuff and see if it tastes good or if I don't blow it or not. But just trying new things, man. That's pretty
Okay.
good for the most part.
So you actually look up recipes and then you try to cook it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I feel like somebody's gonna be in your DM by the end of the night. So I'm just saying, brother. He like to cook, y'all. He like to cook, ladies. He said he love it.
On the Vegas side now,
he said he. Lo-
all walks on the beach.
He said, yeah, he said he loves to cook. So there you go. There it is. All right, y'all. So thank you again for coming on here, man. So now we about to get to the part where people can win something, all right? But here we go. Listen, before we mention it, I ain't gonna say it right now. Not until somebody invite one more person. Each person that's on here watching, invite one more person to watch this because again, I feel like and I've seen, hey, listen, everybody, the Lord said it ain't good for man to be alone. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think everybody and everybody could agree that we grab something from this, man. How to decompress, how to grow, how to reach out to other people, how to overcome comparison and wanting to quit. I feel like all those things are really vital to doing your own thing in anything, whether it's entrepreneur, whether trying to progress in your career, like whatever that is, because we know that imposter syndrome is real. You feel like that, man, am I really cut out for this? And I think one thing that you said was, when in comparison, it feel like you cut out is, they don't have you, like you are your own person, like you bring your own unique thing. Appreciate you, Jonathan, and um, and definitely that when you bring your own things, like nobody can match you, like nobody can mimic you, like you are you. And so I think and I say we because obviously you're not the only one who has thought that, but we have to be comfortable with ourselves, with what we're doing, with the dreams and the goals that we have. So, man, you dropping some wisdom on here. Drop definitely some wisdom. So, all right, y'all, here we go. Here's I'm not gonna say the best part, you know what I'm saying, because I feel like we've been fed real good tonight. But here's the part where everyone can participate. All right. And I want to do something different. Usually, all right, I'm going to, while people are dropping their ways to enter in, I'll let you know soon. I'm gonna have you give some words of encouragement to those who, are want to start something. And then I can open it up for questions. So I think we have a little time. I can open it up for questions. But what I want you guys to do right now, in order to win some free front runners gear, I need you guys to go ahead and put in hashtag front runners, right? Easy. Uh, go ahead and put that in. And so what we have is my amazing team member, Alicia. She's at home right now watching. Shout out to her. And she has a wheel, not a physical wheel, but a virtual wheel at home. And all you have to do, each person who put in hashtag front runners, she then put your name in a random order, and then we'll see who the winner is. So y'all can start now. Put in there hashtag front runners so you can win some free gear. All right. And while you guys are dropping hashtag for front runners, uh, I just want you, Kelvin, to encourage the people. What will you say to a person that is looking to start their business, but just haven't took that step yet? What do you have to say to them?
Pray about it, research the market, and then set things up and take that leap of faith. I think it's never gonna be perfect. So if you're looking to start, like, oh, I need this, this, and this, and this. Like when I launched my business, I had just like got the website finally finished like a couple of hours before my launch day. So I wanted to launch on my birthday, October 13th, and everything did not line up. I had to wait on my license and stuff. Like, with so much stuff I had to wait on that pushed it so close to that deadline, and even stuff after that, like it was changes I wanted to make on the site. But just jumped out there, man. Like, if you're really passionate about something, it'll show. Like, you're not gonna give up. You're not gonna let that stop you. And I'll say that, believe in yourself. If you have a passionate about something, and you have the direction of something you want to do after you've done the research and the preparation, just go for it. A lot of times we hold ourselves back because we're waiting for that perfect situation, and it's not going to be there. So the biggest advice I can give you is take that leap of faith and be confident.
You gotta take that leap of faith. Wow, yeah, and it's definitely a leap, man. It's definitely, to bet on yourself, to push yourself out there. You just gotta leap. You gotta jump. What was that, Steve Harvey? That's what we say. You gotta jump. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is nobody gets anything done.
Yeah, if you're gonna bet on anybody else, why not yourself? If it's something that you're gonna truly benefit from in the long run, if it's something you're truly passionate about, nobody can do it but you. So you have to have that mindset that I gotta do it. Like, this is something I want. And to be honest, if you don't live in that purpose, if you do have that idea every day that you wake up and you don't do it, it's gonna bother. It's gonna eat away at you every day. Like, man, I knew, or oh, I knew I said I was gonna do it, but I ain't ready for this. Or oh, I need the site. I need this site. Like, no, just jump out there, man, and learn as you go and be dedicated. Another thing I would say is build that village. Have those people around you that are already doing some of the things you want to do, and shoot questions on them. Like, hey, this is my idea. Like, I remember when I first was ready to start Front Runners, Tabitha, she has Hall Pass. She's the Aggie, doing great things, man. A very dope brand. And I remember I just asked her. I was like, hey, do you mind if I get on a call? And we didn't even talk as much then, but I was like, do you mind if I get on a call just to pick your brain? And she was like, sure. Like, she was so excited and happy to pass on information. And it was even the crazy part about it is because knowing the basis of her story, like I said, you get caught into looking at other people's stuff. I was like, man, dang, like, her business been booming since day one. And she was just like, nah, I've been running this business for years before it got to this level. So understanding that, don't feel afraid. Even if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, I don't know everything, but I'm happy to share any of my experiences or things to help anyone. So, and I know a lot of people are. So just having that confidence in yourself and that understanding that you don't know everything and it's okay to ask.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Definitely, absolutely. All right, so listen, I don't know. Let me see. Are people done with putting in front runners? Let me know. Let me know, because if y'all stop, then Lisa gonna text me. I'm just gonna say the winner. So hopefully y'all got all y'all stuff in. Let me see. Okay, she haven't texted me yet, so y'all still got time. Everybody who has not put in hashtag front runners, let me just put that up there so you know how to spell it. All right. Front runners. Hey, real quick. Oh, that ain't it. I know why, but why the PH?
It's the basis of it ties into the aspect of my fraternity, our fraternity. So it was a playoff of, not to mention, it is already a running club that's famous that is called Front Runners, regular way. So it was kind of that spiel of taking front runners and what it means to me and then tying in that fraternity aspect of it as well.
Okay. Look at this. Look at this here. What up, Jamar? What's going on, man?
Remember I told you about
Yo,
those that are keeping 100 with you, but your biggest supporters? Yeah, man, I gotta love. A lot of my friends keep me humble, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yo, appreciate everybody tuning in to all the frat. Thank you for tuning in and supporting your brothers. To everybody who tuned in and got something. And I'm just talking because again, I have the winner right here in my hand. But thank you again for supporting. Listen, y'all, if you got anything from this, number one, what you need to do is go ahead and subscribe to the Tell It YouTube page. If you're looking on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, support. If you have not, if you don't win tonight, let's just say if you don't win, well, then here's a website to go ahead and support, to buy. I'm gonna buy some more stuff. I seen he has some new things out. I'm gonna go grab something else. And what I'm saying, before I even crossed, man, my clothes were already black. I love black. So this is just, what I'm saying, giving me all the reason in the world to grab some more apparel. For sure. And again, continue to support y'all, continue to support local business. And this is why I do tell. This is another reason why I do tell it, is because I want to support local businesses, man. I want to support black-owned businesses. I want to support because again, what I'm saying, it's great to have that support. All right. Y'all ready? I'm done talking. So let's see who won. Drum roll, please. Somebody put the drum roll emoji. I just want to see that. All right. The winner tonight for Front Runners Apparel is Stephanie. Stephanie, congratulations. You won. Let me see where you are. Where you are. There you go. Miss Stephanie Wilson Jones. Congratulations. Thank you for tuning in. You got some apparel coming your way. Now, listen, if you already know this young brother, go ahead and connect with them, get your free stuff. But if you don't know him, then be sure to hit us up so we can get your information so he can send you the apparel. Now, do you know Miss Stephanie?
Yeah, I know her.
Okay, there you go. There you go. So, Stephanie, hold him accountable. All right, tell him he better send your stuff. Right. Again, thank you guys for tuning in, man. It's been a great time. Really appreciate the love and the support. And you know what, y'all? I mean, we got some more coming up, but I could take 2 questions. If anybody got questions you want to ask them before we peace out, and then we can kind of end it that way. So, does anybody have any questions and why everybody is congratulating Miss Stephanie again? If she on here, hope she on here. Hope she see that she won something. Hope she didn't just peace out. It's like, oh, whatever. All right. So here we go. Anybody have any questions before we roll out? Because if not, we give people time to type. And also, I'm gonna let you guys know, you can go ahead and get some Tell It apparel. You can go to tell-it.creator-spring.com. Go in and order it. Please support. Also Tell It and what we have coming up. We're definitely trying to grow. We're definitely trying to get more guests and do more things with Tell It. We see that as having an impact on communities and people themselves in general. So we love to the support. All right, I think we have. What'd you say?
I said I gotta go ahead and get one of those sweatshirts, man. I love what you're doing for sure, man.
Appreciate it, man. You definitely got to get one of these sweatshirts, man. Definitely appreciate it. All right, we got it. We got a couple of questions. Okay. I'm gonna go with Jonathan first.
So a lot of people don't know this, but probably like 6'2", No, I'm 5'8", man. I'm the deuce. Deuce, So yeah, that's actually my line brother. He's in the back somewhere. But yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, you're definitely welcome, Steffi. You won. Congratulations to you. All right, here's the next question. Do you have any advice on using a circuit to start off or finding vendors?
The Cricut. So I haven't used the Cricut. Basically what I did was.
Oh, Cricut. My bad.
Yeah. So they have several different companies you can get your transfers done through them. So you don't have to print it. So it's a lot easier. You can basically come up with that design, send it over to those vendors, pay them out, and they'll literally send you a box of your transfers. And then from there, just having that heat press, and you can go from there. I'm learning the Cricut. Like I said, I haven't used it yet. Thank God. I have one, but I would say, yeah, going the transfer route was a lot easier and smoother for me and less time consuming. So that would be my suggestion.
All right, there you go. There you go, Lucia. Take that advice. All right, and I think that's it, yo. So again, thank you guys for tuning in to Tell It. Stay tuned because March 24th, we have an amazing story for you guys with Selena Wilson, CEO of EOYDC. That's in Oakland, California, IA. That's where I'm from, DP's Oakland. So tune in so you can hear her story. But again, thank you, Kevin, for joining us, man. I think everybody can agree with me with saying we learned a lot. I think we gained a lot of knowledge, man. And if you haven't, y'all need to go hit them up, man. Ask for some advice. Something if you are starting a business, or if you're in a business, you kind of hit up against a wall. Tap into your resources for sure. But other than that, y'all, we out of here. You guys have a wonderful night. And again, thank you for tuning in. And we out here, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace.